Hello, Fraser here from the Most Dangerous Podcast. I hope you're okay. I hope you all had a lovely summer. We've had 3 weeks off from recording, so it's been a little bit of a break, but obviously not a long enough break for James, who's unwell. So it's just me tonight. Normally, we'd maybe just miss one, but with us having sort of 3 weeks off, I mean, we've put a couple of episodes out. I hope you liked the last one, the time traveling stockbroker. I thought it was a great episode. And God, I can't even remember what it was before that. The Watchmaker of Warren, yeah, nice creepy one. So I've got an episode that I prepared for tonight, and we're going to go with it. So it's just going to be me telling you the story without James, without him laughing and going, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But like I said, we had a week off last week, no episode, and yeah, just hungry to get back at it. So subscribers gone way up while we've been last few weeks. They always seem to go up when we miss a week. I don't know if that tells us anything, but so yeah, I've got a nice wee story for you today about a hot dog vendor in New York. So here we go. You ready? So to understand this story, you got to picture New York in the late 1970s. So it's not the tourist paradise that you know today. Times Square was like a neon graveyard. Prostitutes lined the corners of the streets. Dealers whispered from the shadows. Rats the size of cats. That's David Bowie, isn't it? Rats the size of cats darted in and out of overflowing trash bags. Everywhere you looked, there were signs of decay. The city was bankrupt, cops were stretched thin, and people disappeared all the time. Just vanished, fucking gone. No one asked questions if a junkie just didn't show up. No one cared if a runaway never made it home. And in the corner, 45th and 8th, steam rose from a hot dog cart, where a man named Viktor worked the grill. Nice wee picture of Viktor. Let's put him up. Here we go. There's Viktor. Nice. Reputable hot dog seller there. He was unremarkable, mid-40s, thick accent, heavy hands, sweat permanently soaking through his apron. The kind of man you wouldn't look at twice. So my AI image is if you're watching this on YouTube, it's a bit creepier than what I'm describing right now. But and that's how he wanted it. He wanted to just go unnoticed. People coming by, buy your hot dog, eat it, fuck off, that's it. Give me $1, whatever it was. But his hot dogs, they were unforgettable. Tourists lined up for them. Locals swore by them. They weren't rubbery like the usual sidewalk sausages. I've noticed that actually. I hate. I'm a vegetarian nowadays, but when I used to eat hot dogs, the ones you got from hot dog stands were like rubbery. It's like fucking bouncy. You need to chew through them. I used to like the ones that came in the tin with the water, and your mum would boil them, and you could get about 3 of them in a bun. So his hot dogs, they had bite, they dripped with juice. People said they had a richness, a depth of flavour that they couldn't explain. Guess what that was? Some joked, what's his secret? He must be putting heroin in those things. They weren't wrong about the secret. They just didn't want to guess it. Because around the same time Viktor's reputation grew, something else was happening in the city. People were vanishing. A homeless man here, a drunk from a bar there, a runaway who never made it back to Port Authority. No one connected the dots until much later. It started with a smell, a police officer walking past a row of storage units in Queens, noticed something foul in the air, not just rot, something worse. Sweet, oily, clinging, the smell of cooked flesh. He followed it into Viktor's unit. The padlock looked old, worn. The door creaked as though he'd forced it open. Inside, his flashlight beam shook as it cut through the dark. The light fell on a meat hook, and another, and another. What hung from them wasn't beef, it wasn't pork, it was human. Stripped torsos drained of blood, carved open like livestock. The officer gagged, but kept moving. In the corner, a chest freezer hummed. Inside, neatly wrapped packages, labelled not with cuts of meat, but with names like Frank, Miguel, Anna. And in the middle of the floor, a metal barrel simmering with bubbling fat. Floating in it, parts of a body, skin curling away, bone poking through. The officer dropped his flashlight and vomited, but the light rolled across the floor, and that's when he saw it, a grinder. His teeth clogged with something pale, something fibrous. It wasn't pork, it wasn't beef, it was human. So how are you feeling about going to New York and getting some nice hot dogs? Certainly puts me off anyway. I suppose the vegetarian thing, I actually thought that the vegetarian thing would, I would be quite safe, because I thought, well, you can't really put, I can't go into a restaurant and ask for a beef burger and it turns out it's horse. Until I spoke to my friend who said that one of his favourite pastimes was going into Tesco's and actually swapping the sleeve of the vegetarian bolognese for the sleeve of the normal bolognese. So there's lots of people that have been to Tesco's, taken home their vegetarian bolognese, but inside it's actually been the meat bolognese. I don't know if there's a, is there a legal side to that? Have I just grassed them up? But yeah, you never can be sure. Probably best just not to eat hot dogs that you buy off a street vendor in New York. So the meat itself, the forensic report made everything worse. Viktor wasn't just killing, he was experimenting. He stripped fat from thighs and buttocks, melting it down into tubs of lard. He minced arms and legs into sausage filler. He stretched intestines into makeshift casings. He even cracked bones open for marrow, blending it into his seasoning. His recipe wasn't random, it was deliberate. The cuts he used were the fattiest, the richest, the ones that gave his hot dogs their unforgettable taste. Think about the next time someone tells you a street vendor's dog tastes better than the rest. Yeah, there you go. See if you get a tasty hot dog. You never know. How he got away with it? For years, no one suspected him, because his victims were the type of people that New York ignored. The invisible ones, homeless men, addicts, drifters, prostitutes, a teenage runaway or two. Viktor knew how to pick them up. He'd offer a bottle, a meal, a warm place to sleep. Then, when they were vulnerable, he would bludgeon them with a hammer, quick and efficient. He said later in interviews that he liked the symmetry of it. People eat animals, he said. So why not people eat people? That makes us equal. Makes me laugh. And then he laughed. When he was finally arrested, the tabloids went wild. They called him the cannibal vendor. Headlines screamed about human hot dogs. But what terrified people most wasn't the crime itself, it was the doubt, the uncertainty. How many people had eaten his food? How many times New Yorkers had, without knowing, tasted human flesh? Even in the courtroom, people whispered. A juror leaned over to another and said, "What if I had one? What if I stood in that line?" The prosecution showed photographs, hooks lined with human remains, tubs of rendered fat, hot dogs split open under forensic lights, the fragments of teeth and fingernail. Still inside the mix, people fainted, one reporter vomited. Viktor, through it all, sat smirking. The city went into panic, hot dog carts were raided, health inspectors swarmed the streets, street food sales dropped overnight, no fucking wonder. And yet some people admitted they missed the taste, that Viktor's hot dogs were still the best that they'd ever had. Think about that, people ate human flesh and liked it. They craved it, they wanted more. And the worst part, we'll never know exactly how many victims there were, dozens, hundreds. The IDs under his bed hinted at more than 40, but the human meat is long gone. It's inside people, people who walked away from his cart, licking mustard off their fingers, never knowing. So, next time you're in New York, standing on a crowded street corner, steam filling the air, a vendor barking, "Hot dogs, get your hot dogs," ask yourself, do you really know what's inside the bun? Because Viktor knew, and maybe, just maybe, you've already tasted it too. This has been the Most Dangerous Podcast. Stay hungry, stay dangerous. Speak to you next week. Hopefully we'll have James back with us. It's his turn. I haven't told him that. He probably thinks I'm still doing this one next week. But yeah, just like, subscribe, do all your usual stuff. Like I said, we've still growing. It's great. So thanks for all your efforts. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.